Now to the televised mental institution known as MSNBC, they had presidential historian Michael Beschloss on, and he thinks Trump's on his way to becoming a dictator. Yep, that's right, the guy who's under indictment for like 87 things and 4 billion counts of this and that. He's the dictator.
You know, as Lawrence O'Donnell said, Michael Beschloss, Donald Trump holds the ultimate incentive for her, meaning he becomes president. Clarence Thomas retires to permanently vacation with his billionaire friends, who, by the way, probably won't want to take him anywhere anymore because he can't give him anything anymore. Right. And she gets on the Supreme Court in her late 30s. And then there's no incentive for her to behave herself. If she's MAGA, she can MAGA, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Well, and the other thing is we have to ask the question, just as Josh was saying, why did Donald Trump choose this moment to tell the American people that he will become a dictator if elected? You might think it might be more politically shrewd to pretend to be a moderate and then do all this if he is elected. And I would give two reasons. The major reason is if Americans think that Donald Trump is inevitable and that fascism is the wave of the American future, people will begin in their minds to censor themselves, and they will make adjustments, and everything they do between now and 16 months from now at the time of the election, they might say, well, maybe I shouldn't say this because if Trump is reelected, he may start jailing people. He may retaliate against people. And very specifically, if Donald Trump right now wants to intimidate jurors in Fort Pierce, Florida, in Georgia, in Washington, D.C., in other trials, you know, what better way than to give them the idea that if they are cast a vote that sends Donald Trump to prison or causes him to be convicted, then if Donald Trump becomes president, who's going to be first on the enemies list? Remember what President Obama said, when we lose true democracy, people get hurt. That's what's going to happen if this happens.
Did Donald Trump tell the people he'll become a dictator if elected? Phoenix, did we drop the clip on that one? The Donald Trump, I'm going to be a dictator clip? Did Brock, you're on the computer a lot. Did we ever see the Donald Trump, I'm going to become a dictator clip? And we try. We're doing the best we can over here. These people are absolutely nuts. But it continues with this Beschloss guy who's supposed to be, he's supposed to be a presidential historian, right? He's supposed to give perspective related to previous administrations and the personalities and behind the scenes, what makes a president and an administration go and all of that stuff. But he's mostly a Democrat activist.
Right. And you've got the front runner of the Republican Party, Donald Trump, the number 2 candidate by polls, Ron DeSantis or DeSantis or whatever it is. They're both fascists. They both want authoritarianism in America.
Can we try to get Michael Beschloss on the show? I want to have him emailed absolutely today. What an embarrassing, pathetic human being he is. They're fascists. Donald Trump, who's now under sham indictments, is the fascist. Ron DeSantis, who fought corporations working with governments against the will of the people, he's the fascist. He was fighting fascism, you moron.